All right, we're out here on the patio with Dave Stahl and company, and we've got quite a crowd.
Right.
And what's the occasion?
Well, we have a very dear friend, Scott Burnworth. He was a world-class motocross rider. He's also been heavily involved with the vintage motocross here in town. And unfortunately, he passed away just a couple of weeks ago. And we got Brock Glover, if anybody knows anything about motorcycles. Dear friend, you've known him a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think back, and it's hard to believe because I'm not that old, but I've known Scott for 51 years. I knew Scott for 51 years.
And you raced with him, too,
Absolutely. We grew up together, raced together. We were teammates 2 different times on Yamaha, plus
Really?
we were just good friends, neighbors, went to the same schools together. And,
Did you beat him?
Once in a while, but he beat me too. So it was all is fair in love and war and motocross, right?
Well, in Southern California is the epicenter when it comes to world-famous riders, everything from Marty Smith to Mr. Tripe and you. And, I mean, I don't want to start naming them because I'll screw it all up. But we're having this celebration of life for Scott. And we used to call him Burner. Yeah. I'm sure there's a reason for that, but we'll talk about that at another time. And we're also going to do an event in May. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things that we're going to be doing? Maybe the celebration of life if people want to be involved?
Well, the Sunday, the 26th, after, it's actually, for me, I think in my mind, it's after the Anaheim Supercross, the second Anaheim Supercross coming up, but it's going to be at the Vote Ranch. It's out in the Del Zura area, and it's a nice facility that has a motocross track. But Scott had a lot of events there, including the Santa Claus Grand Prix that he helped promote. And Scott, later in his life, amongst his many talents, he was very, very good with himself and his wife, Debbie, of putting on events. And he had the Carlsbad Reunion, which I have one of his T-shirts with his famous number 8 on it.
Very good.
Yeah, so Scott did the Carlsbad Reunion, celebrating the Carlsbad racetrack that closed, unfortunately, back in '04, I believe it was. But you know, Scott did a lot of many things.
Yeah. He really gave back. I mean, he's not just a rider that retired. I mean, he just kept going and going and going. You know, and I think, is this not his bike?
Well, this is one of the bikes that he races more currently. This was what he rode. Suzuki was one of his sponsors. Yamaha and Suzuki were his 2 main factory sponsors. And this bike right here was the one very similar, but this was built by another gentleman, and that's here with us today, and Gary Faxon.
I think I should go run through here and see if I can get you.
Well, I think you might want to say a few words to his lovely family.
I think so too. Yeah, let's go right there. And all you have to do is say hi.
Hi.
And your name?
I'm Brianna.
All right. Do you ride motorcycles?
I did briefly when I was little, but maybe I'll pick it up again now.
And you're his lovely wife.
I'm Debbie.
I know.
Yes.
We think so much of you.
Thank you.
And you are?
Hi, I'm Britton.
All right. Do you ride?
No, I don't.
No, man. Can't get anybody to ride. Let's go back here. Now, look at this guy's shirt. I'm taking his shirt before he leaves. Because it's got Scott on it.
It does. It's a race that we did at Glen Helen, and there was 2 factory teammates from Suzuki, and that's Todd DeHoop on there with him.
Wow.
So we honored them both for this
And what's your
product.
name?
Gary Faxon, and my wife, Ronnie.
Say hi.
Hi.
All right. And you are?
Hello, Norman Hamaka.
All right.
Hi.
You know anything about motorcycles?
Nah.
Not just a little teeny
Just
bit.
a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. And you are?
Jeremy Smith.
How you doing, Jeremy?
Very good, thank you.
And you've known, how long you known Scott?
For about 6 years, 7 years now, with his racing group, SoCal.
Excellent. Let's talk with this guy. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, good, Frank.
And what's your last name?
Flores.
All right.
Oh.
You ride?
A little bit, man, when we were younger.
All right, and you are?
I'm Nick Kreider.
And who's this?
This is Bevo. This was Scott's grandpup.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Well, then we all know this world famous guy.
Frank Fredis, how you doing?
Is the museum done yet?
It's going to be done next year. Actually, we're breaking ground, so
I'm gonna hold you to it.
You better hold me to it.
Better hold you to it. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And you are?
Keith Linus.
All right, Keith. Which one of these are yours?
The 4 in the back. these 2 and those 2 over there.
Can you get these guys running, these Osos?
Oh, absolutely. They're a weapon.
I had a guy tell me that his Bull Taco was fantastic. I said, how hard is it to start? He goes, oh, it starts right up. I said, well, it can't be a Bull Taco.
All it needs is fuel.
Yeah. All right. Again, so when is the celebration of life? And where
the 26th Sunday at Vote Ranch, and it's out the 94 on the way of almost as you're heading to Tecate. But it's a nice secluded area that, again, it's got a motocross track. And
it'd be a good place to come and tell stories. If you have any stories on Scotty, that's the place. Oh, one thing I did forget. Where did she go? Where did the daughter go? Oh, over here. Who's in charge of the daughters? There's a...
May 18th at Barona Oaks Raceway will be
the PayPal thing.
Oh, there's a GoFundMe.
Yep,
there's a GoFundMe out there, so
how do they find it?
We'll have a QR code maybe or pass that around.
All right, so
Yeah.
social media, just go
It's
to
floating
social.
around.
Yeah, and if you go to social media, you'll find it
Yeah.
too. All right, so that sounds good.
We are going to be honoring Scott at the San Diego Supercross on the 18th of January.
Oh, okay.
And have the girls and Debbie up on
Here in
stage
San
also
Diego?
here in San Diego.
Fantastic.
That's why they call it the San Diego Supercross.
Is that why they call it the San Diego
Yeah.
Supercross? Hey, it's early in the morning. Don't start.
All right.
All right.
And it's going to have more excitement even than the Holiday Bowl last night. So at Snapdragon Stadium, again, we'll be
Are you
honored.
trying to say something about the Super Bowl?
So Frank is the gentleman that's in charge of legends and heroes.
Yes.
And each race and
What a-
each event, we honor somebody that's done a terrific thing in the
Right.
past of our sport. We've honored Scott in the past, but this is a special occasion
a
to honor
very,
his
very
life and his
special.
contribution.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
There's your
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it, guys. Good seeing you, Brock.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Allie, we'll send it back inside to you.